AA Bullets YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Unfortunately, Speedy Comet will not race because he wrecked himself out in practice. Brick Yardley will start at pole position with Kurt Buschtire to his outside. Row 2 has the 2008 Piston Cup champion Cal Weathers and the current points leader Lightning McQueen. Row 3 has Jeff Gorvette and Juan Pablo Montoya, who hopes that he can get a win. Row 4 has Matt Karzith, who has not yet led a lap this season, and Carl Edwards to his outside. Row 5 has Joey Laguirno and David Rudikar, who both surprisingly won a race last season. Row 6 has Tony Gasworth, the 2002 Piston Cup champion, and Phil Tankson to his outside. Row 7 has Mark Carton and his former teammate, Jeff Burnton, to his outside. Row 8 has Jimmy McCarry and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's hoping to break his winless streak. Row 9 has Denny Carlin and Bobby Swift to his outside. Row 10 has Martin Karks Jr. and Jimmy Cables to his outside. Hopefully he can win. Row 11 has The Rocket, Ryan Newcar, and Floyd Movelhill to his outside. Row 12 has AJ Carmendinger in his 6th start this season, and Casey Corner to his outside. Row 13 is Greg People and Clint Bokar. Both are hoping to do more this season. Row 14 is Brick Hicks and Brian Vickars, both of which actually have a win. Row 15 is Todd Marcus and Reb Meeker to his outside. Hopefully they can do something. Row 16 is Mike Yankee Jr. and Ralph Carlo to his outside. Hopefully he can do something. Row 17 is Kevin Carvick, who is second in points, and Morey Clutchburn to his outside. Row 18 is Rex Revler and Brad Kozlowski to his outside. Row 19 is T.G. Castleman and Kyle Buschtire, the mean yellow car. Row 20 has Michael Cartrip and Chip Gearings to his outside. Row 21 has Ernie Gearson and Jack DePost. Hopefully they can both not DNF. And starting in 43rd is Bobby Carboni in his 3rd start this season. And these 16 cars, among many others, failed to qualify for this race. Now into the race, where Brick Yardley will lead for the first 5 laps before he'd lose the lead to Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen would lead into lap 33, where he'd lose the lead to Kurt Buschtire. Kurt Buschtire would lead into lap 42, but then Joey Laguirno would take the lead by actually making a clean pass. But on lap 43, Brad Kozlowski would take the lead from him, leading until lap 47, where Lightning McQueen would retake the lead, leading all the way until lap 96, where once again Kurt Buschtire would retake the lead. He'd lead for 20 laps before Juan Pablo Montoya would take the lead from him, leading off of pit cycles. But Kurt Buschtire is done pitting, so thusly he retakes the lead, leading until lap 127, where Greg People would take the lead for himself, leading for exactly 50 laps before Juan Pablo Montoya would retake the lead, leading until lap 195. Jeff Burnton would jump over another car on lap 188. That other car was Kyle Buschtire, who says this, but Jeff Burnton has this to say back. Well, he isn't wrong. Greg People would retake the lead on lap 195 and lead for 10 laps before, you guessed it, Juan Pablo Montoya would be back in the lead, leading until lap 214, where once again, Greg People is back in the lead, leading for 3 laps. And it's Kurt Buschtire, and he's back in the lead, leading until lap 219, where of course Greg People retakes the lead, leading until lap 221, and Kurt Buschtire is back in the lead, leading all the way until lap 264, where Cal Weathers would take the lead. He'd only leave on pit cycles, leading until lap 265, where Kurt Buschtire would retake the lead. He'd lead for 35 laps before Cal Weathers would once again retake the lead, off of pit cycles once again. And Kurt Buschtire is back in the lead. This time he'd lead for 24 laps before the jumper, Jeff Burnton, would take the lead for himself, leading until lap 326, where Lightning McQueen would retake the lead, leading until lap 357, but then Kyle Buschtire would be 24th as of lap 329, when he wrecks Rex Revler, Reb Meeker, Michael Cartrip, Clint Bokar, Brick Hicks, David Rudikar, Chip Gearings, and Ralph Carlo. Why? Kurt Busch would take the lead on lap 357 and lead all the way until lap 391, where Cal Weathers would take the lead and lead for the final 9 laps to win the 2010 Clutch-Aid Cozsen 400. Tony Gasworth would finish second this race, Lightning McQueen third, Kurt Busch 4th, and Greg People rounding out the top 5. And here is the top 20 of the race. Kyle Busch finishes 9th this race, gaining 138 points. And Brian Vickers would finish 18th. I don't know why this matters, but I'm just gonna say it. And here is the rest, with Brick Yardley and Denny Carlin finishing 21st and 22nd respectively. Floyd Mulvihill would finish a respectable 31st, because he doesn't qualify that much. Mark Carton is the last car to finish on the lead lap, finishing 35th, ahead of Chip Gearings, who always DNFs. And here is the top 20 in points, where Lightning McQueen is almost 400 points ahead of now second placed Cal Weathers. Somehow, Matt Karzith is still in the top 5, despite the fact he's led no laps this season. I don't get it! And Jeff Corvette is back in the top 20 at the expense of Casey Corner, who's now even behind Martin Karks Jr., who started this season terribly.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
How? We're at the 11th race, and next race, if Lightning McQueen doesn't do terribly, he will hit 2,000 points! 2,000 points after 1/3 of the season! That's impressive! And also, what's even more impressive is that Matt Karzith is 5th in points, and he still hasn't led a lap yet this season. How? He's also spent several laps in second place. How is this possible? And also, comment down below if you think Lightning McQueen will get his 2,000th point this season at the end of the 12th race, and or if you think Matt Karzith will lead a lap this season. The video that will be covering the 12th race of the 2010 Piston Cup season will be coming out very soon. What should be happening soon is the end of the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. But Russia has taken 1/5 of the land in Ukraine and stole it from its rightful owner, Ukraine. These places include Crimea, the Donbass, Kherson, Mariupol, Snake Island, Severodonetsk, and many other places in the south and east of the country. These territories were robbed by Russia. Vladimir Putin, the tyrant, you already have enough of your own land! Why do you need to take more from Ukraine? The Ukrainian people just want to live in peace and have freedom. We at the #KAblitz channel stand firmly in support of Ukraine, and we will continue to stand with Ukraine. Vladimir Putin, there is no room for your tyranny in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini! Heroyam Slava!